Purpose, purpose, purpose. The one stop solution to all of our problems. Up until a few days ago, and probably even a few weeks ago, I'm doing all of these different things, right? I'm working out, I'm learning how to code, I'm reading every day, I am doing a little bit mindfulness, I'm working on college, I'm learning all of these different things. But what am I doing it for? Recently, I've been asking myself this question a lot. And there have been situations in the past where I've been doing this too. And I'm sure all of us have. At this age, especially, we're all doing a lot of things that we don't really know why we're doing. Some of us are just going with the flow and taking and letting life take us wherever it takes us. And some of us are actually trying to do something, but we don't really know why we are. Sure, some of us can act like we know why we're doing what we're doing more than others, but the reality is we don't. I know I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and read and meditate and go to the gym and eat healthy and stay fit and learn how to code and learn art, learn design, keep improving. But why am I doing it? The honest answer is I don't know. But what I do know is that having a purpose can really make me feel like motivated. It can add drive. It can add this sort of goal. All of us like to run towards a goal. Especially with today's system, this is not really good because it's very goal oriented. And if you perform well in school, you get good grades. If you do well at your work, you get a promotion. And that's not really the kind of ideology you want to live by. But of late, I've realized that having some sort of a purpose, I know there have already been hundreds of pundits that preach about having a purpose, but having a purpose does help. How I've found my purpose and how it's helped me in the past, let's talk about that. So, the reason I'm telling you about myself is because I believe in showing and not telling. I don't want to preach things at you guys and then, like, I don't even know if you'll understand anything of it. I'd rather tell you something about my past or about something that helped me, and then you guys could probably implement it or it could help you out or whatever, figure it out. So basically, I played football, I pursued a career in football, I tried all of the different ways to making it pro. I went to a pro club, I tried semi pro, I tried out at different places, I shifted countries, I left home, all of these different things. Now, the very important thing when we're pursuing a goal or pursuing a dream is being able to stay consistent with it. And I realized that because it's difficult to get up every morning and go to training. It's difficult to stay consistent with working out. It's difficult to eat the right food and choose not to socialize and hang out like other kids are. But you just have to do that. Now, how do you do that? How do you stick with it? That's where purpose comes into the picture. To give you an example, what was my football purpose? What helped me have so much drive, whether it worked out or not? And I could speak about how having a purpose and it not actually paying out could even be beneficial. In a second, I'll tell you about that. But what was my purpose to begin with? So I had two purposes in relationship with football. The first thing was I wanted to prove to the people in my community, whether it be Bangalore or in my apartment or my friend circle or whoever it be, because we're all involved in the sport, that somebody from this place, from this part of town can actually make it to the highest level. And that was the first one. The second one was as a kid, I remember this very well, but we were watching this movie. I don't remember which movie it was. I think it was Akshay Kumar's movie where he's playing cricket in UK or something. I don't remember the movie name. But there's this stadium and there are a lot of fans and it's in UK and there are people watching and everybody's cheering and he comes on and everybody's like going gaga and stuff. And I remember telling my aunt, like, all of us were sitting and watching the movie together, the whole family, and I looked at her and I was like, yeah, one day, I just told it out aloud. I didn't really tell it to her. I was like, one day I'm going to be playing over there. And immediately she was like, she patted my shoulder and she was like, that is, I really hope that dream doesn't die of yours. In that moment, I didn't know what really happened, but I can tell you that that purpose or that whole story, a lot of times, like when I didn't feel like going the extra mile, when I didn't feel like running extra hard, when I got injured and I had to come back and it was difficult, all of those times, that one story helped me push through all of it. Now, that being said, that was purpose with football. It was beautiful, it was fun, it really helped me out. But what happened after football? Like when I realized football isn't working out. The reason why I stopped playing football even or stopped pursuing a career was simply solely because of the purpose idea. I saw the path that I was taking and I saw the road that I was leading down very clearly. And it was this whole circle where you're in the community, you get stuck in this loop where you're just stuck at that level. You probably make it a level higher or a level or two higher, but you're just stuck in that loop. And that was not something that I thought my life was meant to be about. I've always felt like there's something more to life than just that. There's something more that I can contribute. And in that journey, I couldn't sense it. Whether or not I made the promise or I said it out loud the other night when I was watching the movie with my aunt, it didn't really matter because I just saw the road that I was going down wasn't leading to where I wanted to be or where I dreamt of. And for me, that is a no-go from there on. But what then? What after you fail and your purpose wasn't really what you thought it was? What then? What do you do? Now that is where I was stuck for a long time. I was thinking, like what am I doing? Why am I like learning this? Why am I pushing to become better every day? Why am I getting up so early in the morning? Why am I staying fit? And all of these different things, all questions that a lot of us ask ourselves, whether or not it's same to what I am asking myself in some form or the other. At this age, we're asking ourselves questions like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I just scrolling through Instagram or anything of that sort? And I just felt it like I don't know like what is my purpose. I really don't know. I do have this whole idea, right? Even with you guys, with all of my previous videos, I keep talking about, yeah, I'm on the money journey. I'm talking about how I'm going to make money, how I'm going to become a millionaire by 25 and have a good life, be happy, have a good relationship with everybody around me, help people around me, and create this community that's really a beautiful place to be in, and all of those different things. But a lot of times along this journey, for the past how many ever months that it's been going on, I've kept asking myself, like, what is money worth it? Like, people that have money are usually seen as bad people. People that have money, there's a lot of taboo against money. Like, money is gonna ruin people, money is gonna make people evil, money is gonna make people bitter. People that get rich, they don't really care about people, or they get rich by doing the wrong things. And that's when it hit me. Like, it was in fact very questioning of my identity, because I didn't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that has to step on 10 people's back, or backstab 10 people to get money, or be rude to people and somehow reach that path or somehow reach that goal. That's not me. That's not me as a person. And I did not want to make money that way. And then I started questioning, like, do I really want to make money if I have to be that person? Is that really what people that make money become? And is that what I want to become? And that's when it hit me. Like, just the other day when I was coming back on my scooter, I was like, yo, this is it. Like, this is it. I want to be the guy that makes money doing the right things. Just a normal guy that does the right things and makes money. And what he does after the money and what he does after making the money is doing the right things too. He doesn't backstab people. He doesn't flaunt his money all over the world. Sure, maybe I'd like to buy an expensive car or two to see what that feels like, but I'm not going to be throwing it in everybody's face, flaunting it and acting like I'm better than anybody else, because I know I'm not. That's not what money is going to do to me. And yeah, just being humble and nice and grateful throughout this journey. That's who I want to be. And that, I feel like, is my purpose. I want to show people that it is possible for a normal person to do things the right way. By right way, I mean the slow way, not like using shortcuts, life hacks, or cheap escape routes. No, doing things the slow way, following a system, following a process, no matter how long it takes and how much pain and sacrifice it takes, just showing people that there is a possibility for somebody like you. You don't have to go to the bitter side or the evil side of the world to do like or make money or help people or get rich or whatever. So I remember there's another very familiar thing that stuck with me as a kid growing up. This was in China when I was in history class in, I think it was ninth grade. And Mr. Jacob, a very good history teacher, I really hope to bump into him again sometime in the future. But he was teaching us about the Romans and the Greeks and all of those different European civilizations. And he spoke about this period which was called the Renaissance. Now, some of you might be familiar with it, but the Renaissance was basically a period where there was great thriving, where society was thriving at all different levels, like in terms of art, in terms of politics, in terms of humanities. all of these different fields were just like at their best, and that's why they were called the Renaissance. Now, what stuck with me was what the men from this era were called. Well, probably the people itself, let's just stick to the people, but they were called Renaissance man. Now, that is something that I think is again very closely linked to my purpose. Being a Renaissance man was somebody that was perfect. He was perfect in art, he was perfect in music, he was perfect in acting, he was also perfect in politics, he also knew his history, he also knew his sciences. And I know that's really not possible. You cannot be perfect in all facets of life. But I would like to try. I would like to be the perfect friend. I would like to also be the perfect businessman. I would also like to be the perfect father. I don't know. The list could go on. But like I said, I know that's not entirely possible, but what's wrong in trying? And I think that gives me purpose and that gives me something to look forward to. It's helping me, like just today, in fact, in the morning when I was doing my usual cardio, and it's intense, right? Because I push myself. I run I run around 2.5 to 2.6 kilometers in 10 minutes, and it's interval training. So there's fast running, and then you slow down, and then you go fast again, and you're basically sprinting, and it's little intense on your cardiovascular system and all of that. But I felt like today, like let's slack off. Like I'm feeling tired, my legs are sore. Let's take it easy. But that's when it hit me. Like, does the kid who's watching this 10 years later want to know that he sort of skipped and made things easier and just took the relaxed or the easy route and just relaxed? And I don't know, my mind just made a lot of different thoughts, and I realized that look, that's not who I want to be. That's not what my purpose is. So dust it off and get back on the treadmill and sprint. And that's at the end of the day, I think that's purpose served well because it served its purpose. So I think I like this idea of purpose for me, and hopefully you're able to identify points along your journey where you can start identifying your purpose. Just keep going at things, keep doing and figuring out everything. Again, I don't know if this is really my purpose. It probably might evolve as and when I grow, but it's helping me right now. I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you enjoyed hearing a little bit about it too and got some insight and maybe help find your purpose even. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know what my next video is going to be about, but we'll figure it out. Like I said, we've got the purpose, so we've got the next video covered too. But that's it, and I hope to see you around next time. And until then, bye.